What is going on, guys? Cheerio here, back with another video for y'all. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Treyarch Zombies. It is going back to its roots, finally! And what I mean by that is that we're not going to go back to the basic maps, very small, only 4 perks, possibly a pack a punch. No, I mean horror. This is something that a lot of us Zombies players, a good portion of us, have really been wanting for a very, very long time. This horror element has been missing from Zombies for a little while. They kinda, in Black Ops 2 with Mob of the Dead, that was a pretty scary map, but I don't think anything compares to World at War Zombies. I'm not talking about the Black Ops reboot, the remix. I'm talking about World at War, back when Zombies first was created. You go play Nocturne Toten, you go play Zombie Verrect, or Shino Numa, or even Der Riese, and all of those maps have so many elements about them that just drive someone to kind of go insane a little bit. Everywhere from the audio to the visuals, World at War maps excel everywhere. World at War maps were so good, in my opinion, that I don't think anything will compare to them. Now, I do love the maps we are having now, and I love the direction we're going, but I think World at War had some genuinely terrifying maps, if you go back and play them, or at least at the time that they were released, because I remember when Nocturne Toten was first discovered, or at least by my friends and my brother, it was very scary, because all it was a very small map, very basic, and there was just fog, and it was dark, and the sound of the zombies was just, it kind of irked you a little bit. It was genuinely terrifying. You created that world outside of Noct. Now, Treyarch didn't tell you what the world was like outside of it, because obviously that was the first map. They didn't know Zombies would get to what it is now. But it was terrifying, and you created the world and what it was like. Your mind put what horrors would lie outside of this airfield or wherever you were in Noct. And then you go to Zombie Verrect Asylum, and that map, I think, holds the title for one of the scariest maps, if not the scariest map in Treyarch Zombies. That map, everything from the visuals to the audio, is perfect. If you look out from one of the spawn room windows, and you're just looking into the forest, you can hear people screaming. If you go to the dentist chair and you hold the action button, you'll hear drill going, and you'll hear a man screaming, as if he's getting some work done on his teeth and his mouth. You go over to the incinerators, the furnace, whatever you want to call them, you'll hear a baby crying, a man crying, a woman crying. These are all terrifying, and this is all just in the spawn rooms. You don't even have to go far to get scared of Verrect. It was very terrifying. Then you add in the fact that you were split up into groups of 2, depending if you had a full match. That map was genuinely terrifying. And I'm really glad that Jason Blundell said in that stream for the DLC 2 that they're going to go back to the horror element. He said that Zetsubu no Shima, if I am pronouncing that correct, is a very scary map, or it's a horror center map. I don't remember exactly his quote, but it is something basically stating that this map is going to be scary, it's going to have horror elements, which is something that a lot of us YouTubers or just Call of Duty players, Zombies players in general, have been looking for quite some time. The horror element has been missing a little bit. Zombies is still an amazing mode, but the horror element is really what drove me to play Zombies, or at least through World at War. I was pretty young when it was happening, and the horror element just kind of kept me hooked. It was amazing, and I'm really glad that we're going to be going back to that, and I'm really glad Jason Blundell actually said that this is going to be a very scary map, or a horror center map. And if you saw the intro cutscene, which I'm sure most of you already have, you can see it's a very dark map on an island, a stormy island. We're not getting snow this time. But this map can probably play with your mind in more ways than one, with the visuals and the audio. I'm really hoping the audio gets to me, because that's really what I'm looking for. From World at War Zombies, that's the one thing I'm remembering the most, is the audio. That is something that I cannot compare to any other game, even if it is a horror game, like Outlast or whatever horror games there are. I don't really play them too often. But nothing really compares to that classic World at War experience with the audio. And I'm really glad we're going to be going back to that. And I'm really glad that that's what's going to be happening in Zetsubu no Shima. So thank you guys for sticking around. That's my little discussion about where Treyarch is heading with Zombies, back to the classic types. Thank you guys for sticking around. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Cheerio, mates.